Okay, welcome back to Sternly Speaking, a real estate podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brooke.
I'm Steph.
And we are your hosts.
I will jump in here. We are myth busting, real estate myths.
Yeah, thank you for, sorry about that. I got a little frog in my throat. We're going through season 2, real estate myth busting.
Yes.
And do you want me to introduce the myth today? Or
I can do it.
You can do it? All right.
So a lot of the times when I go to listing appointments or when I'm talking to potential sellers, they often say, should I wait and list my home in the summer? Because the summer is the best time to sell your home.
Gotcha.
So we are going to bust waiting until the summer to sell your home.
Gotcha. So you would say that it's a pretty common occurrence when you go to these listing appointments that people are like, hey, I heard that summer is the best time to sell.
Yeah, it's just in our minds too, that summer is always going to be, and it makes sense, right? Winter versus summer, that summer is going to be a better selling season than winter is. But is it truly, or is there another time that actually ends up being better?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, let's jump into it. So do you have anything to
bust that myth?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you have anything to say before I jump into questions?
No, let's start with the questions and then we'll bust it.
Okay, so I hear that most people believe that summer is when most buyers are ready to sell. Is this true?
Well, ready to buy.
Yep.
The myth is.
I wrote it wrong.
So, yes, a lot of sellers think that they're going to get the best buyers in the summer because school is out. And so buyers are going to be out looking for the next home before the next school season.
Gotcha.
Do you want to give me the rest of your questions, then I'll bust it all together, or
Sure.
should I bust it in pieces?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So this one says you should always wait until summer to sell. Emphasis on the always. And then do homes actually sell for more in the summer months?
Okay. So definitely don't always wait. You could be costing yourself time and money by waiting. And then do homes sell for more? Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Sell
Yeah.
for more in the summer months? Yes and no. It depends. So the myth is I should wait until the summer selling season, and I'm actually going to say no. March and April, if you're close to coming out of winter and you're close to summer and you're holding until May and June, you will potentially miss out on your best time to sell. Your best time to sell is actually March and April.
Gotcha.
Because you have less competition, because all the other sellers are waiting until May to put their home on the market. So you have less competition and you typically will have more serious buyers in March and April because they're getting ready to get that home for the summer.
Gotcha.
So if I wait until May and June, there is a good chance that I actually missed out on my buyer, because by the time June comes around, if the buyer is moving during the summer, they've already locked in their home and now they're going on family vacations.
Gotcha. So true. So because most people are, because you think about it, you think, oh, most people are moving in the summer, but that process starts so much earlier.
That process already started.
Yeah.
They put those homes under contract in April. Mm-hmm. They're closing on them in May and moving in them in June.
That timeline makes so much more sense.
When kids are out of school.
Yeah, than putting them under contract in, say, June.
Yeah.
And then everything gets pushed back.
And the other crazy thing that most people don't understand, this is specifically to Utah, is that July is our second slowest month of the year.
Really? For just real estate in general?
Just real estate
Okay.
in general, because here in Utah we have 2 holidays in the month of July.
Oh, yeah.
We have the 4th of July and then we have the 24th of July. And so not only do I have 2 holidays, but it's also my last month for family vacations before school starts.
Totally.
So a lot of buyers take the month of July off. Mm-hmm. And so all of my homes, and statistically homes that are listed in July, will actually sell for less.
Wow.
Listed in July.
Interesting.
So again, those buyers have already locked up that home and are already moved in prior to the school season starting, and then are either off on their vacation or they're hanging out with family for the holidays, or you have a buyer that is going, we didn't find what we wanted, we're taking July off, we'll get back in school, and then we'll start looking in about September, October. So September, October are my better fall selling months.
Gotcha. And that makes sense, totally.
Yeah.
If they've missed that window, they got to get their kids back in school. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by waiting until the summer, you will probably miss out on your buyer. You're going to have more competition. Your demand is not as strong as it is in your March and April timeframe.
Gotcha. So you would say if you're ready to sell, because obviously it comes down to the best time to sell is when you're ready to sell and when you need to sell. But if you're waiting out for the summer, say you're ready at the beginning of the year and you're like, oh, we'll just push it off until the summer, you would say get it done.
Yeah, if I'm meeting with somebody in March and they want to wait until May, we're not going to. We're going to get your home on the market because I'm going to beat out your competition. What happens if you have somebody who's competition that actually markets their home at a lower price, and now they've hurt you on the price?
Yeah.
Whereas I could have, when you had zero competition, I could go put it on at a higher price and more than likely get you more money.
That seller buyer's market. You got to use that to your advantage when at the beginning
so
of
that's
the year
my myth
or for the spring.
that I'm investing. Do not wait until the summer. It's not to say you can't sell a home during the summer, but if you're potentially waiting, you could be costing yourself money.
Gotcha. Sweet. Do you have anything else to say about that?
No, just
man, we really did that efficiently.
We did.
This was probably our best episode.
This is what happens when you have an appointment after this and I have an appointment after this.
We need to start doing it during this time frame right before lunch so that we're way more incentivized.
So that we just go.
Yeah.
Other than just sitting here and chatting. Okay.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Real Estate Myth Busting episode. Let us know in the comments if you have any myths that you want busted, or maybe they're myths or
maybe they're just questions.
Yeah, maybe they're just questions. And maybe they're not myths.
Do you have?
And they actually are here for a
Maybe
reason.
I will say yes to your question.
I love when Steph says yes. All right. Thank you so much and have a great day.